Upper-level SSat vocabulary. Abandon. Desert or leave someone/something. Abate. Subside, moderate. Abbreviation. The shortened form of a word. Abdicate. To renounce someone's throne. Aberrant. Abnormal or deviant. Abhor. Hate. Abhorrent. Inspiring disgust and loathing. Abominable. Loathsome. Abrasive. Rubbing away. Abridge. Shorten. Abrupt. A sudden action. Abstemious. Sparing in eating and drinking, temperate. Abstruse. Obscure, profound, difficult to understand. Abundant. Existing or available in large quantities. Abyss. A deep or seemingly bottomless chasm. Acclaimed. Praise enthusiastically and publicly. Accord. An official agreement or treaty. Acolyte. Assistant. Acquiesce. Agree without protesting. Acrid. Pungent/bitter. Acrimonious. Bitter in words or manner. Acumen. Astuteness. Adamant. Refusing to be persuaded or to change one's mind. Adept. Skillful. Admonish. Warn or reprimand someone firmly. Adroit. Skillful. Adulation. Excessive admiration or praise. Adverse. Unfavorable, hostile. Aesthetic. Artistic, dealing with or capable of the appreciation of beauty. Affinity. Natural liking, kinship, similarity. Aggrandize. Increase the power, status, or wealth of something. Aggregate. Collection. Agile. Able to move quickly and easily. Ail. Trouble or afflict someone, in mind or body. Alleviate. Make something less severe. Altruistic. Selfless. Ambivalent. Having mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about something or someone, uncertain. Ameliorate. Make something bad, better. Amicable. Friendly. Amity. Friendly relationship. Amoral. Unprincipled. Amorous. Showing, feeling, or relating to sexual desire. Amorphous. Without a clearly defined shape or form. Ample. Enough or more than enough. Anachronism. An act of attributing a custom, event, or object to a period to which it does not belong. Androgynous. Partly male and partly female in appearance. Anecdote. Short account of an amusing or interesting event. Animosity. Strong hostility. Antebellum. Occurring or existing before a particular war. Antecedent. Previous. Antipathy. Hatred. Antiquated. Old-fashioned, obsolete. Antithesis. Direct opposite of /to. Anxious. Worried or nervous. Apartheid. A policy or system of segregation or discrimination on grounds of race. Apathy. Lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. Apiary. A place where bees are kept. Apocryphal. Untrue, made up, not genuine. Apprehension. Anxiety or fear that something bad will happen. Approximate. Estimate or guess. Arable. Fit for growing crops. Arbitrary. Based on random choice or personal whim, rather than by any reason or system. Arbitrary. Random. Archaic. Antiquated. Archipelago. Group of islands. Ardor. Heat, passion, zeal. Arid. Having little or no rain. Arid. Having little or no rain or lacking in interest, excitement, or meaning. Articulate. Having or showing the ability to speak fluently and coherently. Artisan. Manually skilled worker, craftsman. Ascendancy. Controlling influence. Ascertain. Find something out for certain. Ascetic. Practicing severe self-discipline, self-denial, austere. Aspect. A particular part or feature of something. Aspiration. Hope or ambition. Assail. Attack, plague, criticize. Assuage. Ease or lessen, pain, satisfy, hunger, soothe, anger. Astute. Shrewd or sharp. Atrophy. Waste away. Audacious. Daring, bold. Augment. Increase, add to. Auspicious. Favorable. Austere. Severe, plain. Avarice. Greed. Aversion. Firm dislike. Babble. Talk rapidly and continuously in a foolish, excited, or incomprehensible way. Banal. So lacking in originality as to be obvious and boring. Bane. Cause of ruin, curse. Barrage. Bombardment. Barren. Unproductive or worthless. Bastion. A projection. Beatific. Blissfully happily. Belie. Contradict, give a false impression. Bellicose. Demonstrating aggression and willingness to fight. Belligerent. Hostile and aggressive. Bemoan. Express discontent or sorrow over something. Benign. Gentle, kindly. Bolster. Support. Support, reinforce. Brawn. Muscular strength, sturdiness. Brevity. Conciseness, briefness. Brittle. A hard material but easy to break or shatter. Buttress. Support. Cacophonous. Inharmonious, discordant. Cajole. Coax. Calculated. Deliberately planned, likely. Candor. Frankness. Cantor. Leader of singing. Capricious. Given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood or behavior, fickle. Carnage. Bloody and extensive slaughter. Cascade. To fall heavily. Cater. To provide for. Cautious. Careful. Censor. To cut out unacceptable parts of something. Censorious. Critical. Censure. Condemnation, blame, criticize. Certitude. Certainty. Chagrin. Distress or embarrassment at having failed or been humiliated. Charlatan. Pretender to knowledge. Chasm. A profound difference between people, viewpoints, feelings, etc. Chasm. A deep fissure in the earth, rock, or another surface. Chronic. Persistent, constant. Chronicle. A record. Clemency. Mercy, lenience. Coalesce. Merge or unite. Coerce. Pressure. Competent. capable, conciliatory, reconciling, appeasing, amiable. Condone. Accept or allow something that is usually considered wrong or offensive. Confer. Grant or bestow a title, degree, benefit, or right. Conflagration. Great fire. Congenital. Inborn. Conscientious. Diligent, careful. Consensus. General agreement. Contrite. Feeling or expressing remorse or penitence, affected by guilt. Contrivance. Device, scheme. Conundrum. A confusing and difficult problem or question. Converge. Approach, tend to meet, come together. Conviction. Declaration of guilt. Convoluted. Complex and difficult to follow. Cordial. Warm and friendly. Corpulent. Fat. Corral. Enclosure. Corroborate. Confirm, support. Credulity. Belief on slight evidence, gullibility, naivete. Crude. In the raw or natural state, simple, vulgar. Culpability. Guilt. Cursory. Casual, hastily done. Curtail. Shorten, reduce. Cynic. Someone who is skeptical or distrustful of human motives. Daunt. Intimidate, frighten. Dawdle. Linger or waste time. Debate. Debate. To discuss something, verb, or discussion, noun. Debilitate. Weaken, enfeeble. Debt. Money that is owed or due. Debunk. Expose something nonsensical or false. Deceive. To trick someone. Decibel. Used to measure sound. Decline. A decrease in something. Decree. An official order issued by a legal authority. Decree. An official order issued by a legal authority. Defame. Harm someone's reputation. Defensive. Used or intended to defend or protect. Deference. Courteous regard for another's wish. Defiant. Showing disobedience. Deficient. Not having enough. Deft. Skillful. Deign. Condescend. Delineate. Portray, depict, sketch. Depravity. Corruption, wickedness. Deprecate. Express disapproval of, belittle. Deride. Ridicule, make fun of. Despondent. Depressed, gloomy. Despot. Tyrant. Deterrent. Something that discourages, hindrance. Detrimental. Harmful. Devious. Roundabout, erratic, not straightforward. Didactic. Teaching, instructional. Diffuse. Wordy, rambling. Discerning. Mentally quick and observant. Discrepancy. Lack of consistency, difference. Discursive. Digressing, rambling. Disinclination. Unwillingness. Disinterested. Unprejudiced. Disparage. Belittle. Disparate. Contrasting. Disparity. A great difference. Dispassionate. Calm, impartial. Dispel. Drive away, scatter, cause to vanish. Disputatious. Argumentative. Disseminate. Spread or disperse widely. Dissent. disagree, dissent, disagree, dissident, rebellious, dissipate, disperse or scatter, dissociate, disconnect or separate, dissuade, discourage from, divergent, differing, deviating, divulge, to make something known or to reveal, docile, ready to accept control or instruction, submissive, dogmatic, opinionated, dubious, hesitating or doubting, duplicity, deceitfulness, duration, how long something will take, eager, wanting to do something very much, ebb, recede, lessen, eclectic, wide-ranging, economize, to save money, effervescent, exuberant, bubbly and excited, egotist, a person who is excessively conceited or self-absorbed, egress, exit, elegant, stylish, elegy, a poem of serious reflection, elongate, make longer, eloquent, fluent or persuasive in writing or speech, expressive, elucidate, make something clear, explain, elusive, evasive, baffling, hard to grasp, emaciated, abnormally thin or weak, embodiment, personification, empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, enamored, be filled with a feeling of love for, enervate, weaken, engender, cause, produce, enigma, a person or thing that is mysterious, puzzling, or difficult to understand, enmity, hostility, enumerate, list, mention one by one, ephemeral, short-lived, fleeting, ephemeral, lasting for a very short time, epicure, expert of food and drink, episodic, loosely connected, occurring at intervals, epical, era, eradicate, destroy completely, erratic, unpredictable, erroneous, mistaken, wrong, erudite, learned, scholarly, esoteric, likely to be understood by a few, espouse, adopt, support, esteem, respect, value, ethereal, light or heavenly, eulogy, accolade, euphemism, a mild or indirect word or expression substituted for one considered to be too harsh or blunt when referring to something unpleasant or embarrassing, euphonious, pleasing in sound, evanescent, fleeting, vanishing, exacerbate, worsen, embitter, aggravate, exacting, extremely demanding, exonerate, acquit, release, expedient, convenient and practical, although possibly improper or immoral, expository, explanatory, extant, still in existence, extrapolate, extend the application of something to an unknown situation by assuming that existing trends will continue or similar methods will be applicable, extricate, free, disentangle, extrovert, an outgoing, overtly expressive person, facet, one side of something many-sided, facile, easily accomplished, ready or fluent, fallacious, false, misleading, fallacy, misconception, fanciful, overimaginative and unrealistic, feasible, practical, feasible, possible to do easily or conveniently, practical, feisty, lively, spirited, fervor, intensity of feeling, fiendish, extremely cruel, flaccid, soft and hanging loosely or limply, especially so as to look or feel unpleasant, flagrant, conspicuously wicked, blatant, flotsam, wreckage of a ship, flourish, to grow well or thrive, fluctuate, an irregular rise and fall in a number or amount, foolhardy, recklessly bold or rash, foreseen, to predict, forestall, prevent by taking action in advance, forge, falsify, formulae, a method, statement, or procedure for achieving something, forsake, desert, abandon, fortuitous, accidental, by chance, fortunate, lucky, foster, encourage or promote, founder, fail completely, sink, fragile, easily broken or damaged, frail, weak, frank, honest, open, frivolous, not having any serious purpose or value, frugality, the quality of being economical with money or food, fulsome, overdone or too much, futile, ineffective, fruitless, galvanize, stimulate by shock, stir up, revitalize, garrulous, excessively talkative, ESP on trivial matters, genial, friendly, affable, germane, relevant, glib, smooth-talking, insincere, gratified, give someone pleasure or satisfaction, gregarious, sociable, grievance, cause of complaint, guile, sly or cunning intelligence, hackneyed, trite, banal, hallowed, blessed, venerated, hamper, obstruct, haphazard, lacking any principle of organization, hapless, unfortunate, harangue, a lengthy and aggressive speech, hardy, sturdy, robust, hasten, be quick to do something, hedonist, someone who believes that pleasure is the sole aim in life, hiatus, gap, hierarchy, a system or organization in which people or groups are ranked one above the other according to status or authority, historic, famous or important in history, homely, unattractive in appearance, hone, sharpen, husband, use sparingly, conserve, save, hyperbole, exaggerated statements or claims not meant to be taken literally, hypothetical, based on assumptions, supposed, iconoclast, someone who attacks cherished traditions, idiosyncrasy, an individual trait, usually odd in nature, ignoble, dishonorable, ignominy, deep disgrace, shame or dishonor, illict, illegal, illusory, deceptive, not real, illustrate, explain or to decorate, immaculate, very clean or spotless, immutable, unchangeable, impasse. A situation in which no progress is possible. Impeccable, flawless, impecunious, without money. Impediment, obstacle, defect. Imperious, domineering, haughty. Impervious, incapable of being damaged or distressed. Impetuous, violent, rash, hasty. Imply, insinuate. Impoverished, to make something poor. Impressionable, easily influenced. Imprudent, unwise. Impudence, impertinence, insolence. Impulsive, acting or done without forethought. Inadvertently, carelessly or unintentionally. Inalienable, unable to be taken away from. Inane, silly, stupid. Incendiary, flammable, tending to stir up conflict. Incense, enrage. Incessant, ceaseless, constant. Incident, an event or occurrence. Incidental, less important, accidental. Incision, a surgical cut made in skin or flesh. Incisive, sharp, astute. Incite, encourage or stir up, violent or unlawful behavior. Incline, slope. Incongruous, not fitting, absurd. Incontrovertible, indisputable. Incorrigible, not able to be corrected, improved, or reformed. Indigenous, native. Indigent, poor, destitute. Indiscriminate, choosing at random, confused. Indolent, lazy. Indomitable, impossible to defeat. Indubitable, unquestionable. Induce, persuade, bring about. Industrious, diligent, hardworking. Ineffectual, not effective, weak. Inept, unskillful. Inexorable, relentless, unyielding. Infallible, incapable of making mistakes or being wrong. Infinitesimal, so small as to be almost non-existent. Ingratiate, win over. Ingress, entry. Inimical, unfriendly, hostile, harmful. Innate, inborn or natural. Innocuous, not harmful or offensive. Inopportune, untimely, poorly chosen. Insatiable, not easily satisfied, greedy. Insightful, perceptive, intuitive. Insipid, lacking flavor. Insolvent, bankrupt, unable to repay one's debt. Insularity, narrow-mindedness, isolation. Insuperable, impossible to overcome. Insurgent, rebellious. Integral, complete, necessary for completeness. Integrate, combine two things together. Intermittent, periodic, on and off. Intractable, hard to control or deal with. Intransigent, unwilling or refusing to change one's views or to agree about something. Intrepid, fearless. Intricate, very complicated or detailed. Introspective, looking within oneself. Introvert, a shy, reticent, and typically self-centered person. Inundate, to overwhelm someone, or a flood. Invert. Turn upside down or inside out. Irascible. Irritable, easily angered. Irrational. Lacking reason, illogical. Irrelevant. Unrelated. Irreproachable. Blameless, impeccable. Irresolute. Uncertain how to act, weak. Jaunty. Cheerful. Jingoist. Extremely patriotic. Jocular. Said or done in jest, joking. Judicious. Sound in judgment, wise. Laconic. Brief and to the point. Lament. A passionate expression of grief or sorrow. Lampoon. Satire. Lassitude. Weariness. Laudatory. Expressing praise and commendation. Levity. Lack of seriousness. Liberate. To set something free. Limber. To warm up. Linger. Wait around. List. Tilt, lean over. Listlessness. Lack of energy or spirit. Lofty. Tall/high. Loquacious. Someone who talks a lot. Lucid. Easily understood. Lucrative. Producing a great deal of profit. Luminous. Full of or shedding light, bright or shining. Lure. Tempt. Lurid. Very vivid in color, wild, sensational, graphic. Magnate. Person of prominence or influence. Malefactor. Wrongdoer. Malicious. Spiteful, intention to do harm. Malignant. Virulent, cancerous, spiteful. Malodorous. Smelling very unpleasant. Maneuver. Move skillfully and carefully. Martinet. Rigid disciplinarian. Meager. Lacking in quality or quantity. Meander. Follow a winding course, stroll. Mercenary. Money-oriented, hired. Meticulous. Showing great attention to detail. Milliner. A person who makes or sells women's hats. Mirage. Optical illusion. Misanthrope. Someone who hates mankind. Miserly. Stingy, mean. Misnomer. Wronger name. Mitigate. Appease, moderate. Mollify. Appease someone's anger or anxiety. Mundane. Dull or boring. Munificent. Very generous. Mutability. Ability to change in form, fickleness. Nascent. Just beginning. Natal. Of or relating to the place or time of one's birth. Nefarious. Very wicked. Negate. Nullify, make ineffective. Nimble. Quick and light in movement or action. Noisome. Extremely bad smell. Nuance. A subtle difference in or shade of meaning, expression, or sound. Obsequious. Servile. Officious. Meddlesome, excessively pushy in offering one's services. Ominous. Threatening. Omnipotent. All-powerful. Omniscient. Knowing everything. Optimistic. Hopeful. Opulent. Luxurious. Opulent. Very rich, luxurious or lavish. Ostentatious. Trying to impress or attract attention. Overbearing. Dominating. Overt. Done or shown openly. Pacify. To quell anger, agitation, or excitement. Pact. A formal agreement between individuals or parties. Painstaking. Showing hard work, taking great care. Palpable. Tangible. Paltry. Small or meager. Paltry. Small or meager. Panegyric. Speech of high praise. Paradigm. A model, pattern, or example. Paradox. Something contradictory in nature. Paragon. Model of perfection. Parched. Dried out with heat. Parity. Equality. Parochial. Narrow in outlook, related to parishes. Parry. Ward off a blow, defect. Parsimonious. Unwilling to spend money. Partisan. One-sided, prejudiced. Pathos. A quality that evokes pity or sadness. Paucity. Scarcity, lack. Pedantic. Showing off learning, bookish. Peninsula. A piece of land almost surrounded by water. Pensive. Dreamily thoughtful, contemplative. Penultimate. Next to last. Perfunctory. Superficial, not thorough. Peripheral. Outer, marginal. Permeate. To spread throughout something. Perpetuate. Make something last, preserve from extinction. Perplexed. Very puzzled. Perturb. Disturb greatly. Pervasive. Pervading, spread throughout every part. Petulant. Touchy, peevish. Pilfer. Steal, things of little value. Pinnacle. Peak. Pithy. Concise, meaningful. Pivotal. Crucial, key, vital. Placate. Make someone less angry or hostile. Placid. Placid. Even-tempered, quiet. Platitude. Trite remark, commonplace statement. Pliant. Flexible, easily influenced. Plight. A dangerous, difficult, or otherwise unfortunate situation. Plunder. Steal goods from a place or person, typically using force and in a time of war or civil disorder. Poignancy. Quality of being deeply moving. Ponderous. Clumsy, awkward. Potentate. Having great power. Pragmatic. Dealing with things sensibly and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical considerations. Prattle. Babble. Precarious. Uncertain, risky. Precipice. Cliff face. Precipitate. Rash, hasty. Precipitous. Steep, sudden. Preclude. Prevent from happening, make possible. Precocious. Advanced in development. Predecessor. Former occupant of a post. Predilection. Preference. Preface. Introduction. Prescience. Foreknowledge. Presumptuous. Overconfident. Prevalent. Widespread in a particular area at a particular time. Proclivity. Natural tendency. Prodigal. Wasteful, generous, abundant in. Profane. Violate, desecrate, treat unworthily. Profligate. Wasted, wildly immoral. Profusion. Overabundance, lavish expenditure. Progeny. children or offspring. Proliferation. Rapid growth, spread. Propitious. Favorable, fortunate. Propriety. Fitness, correct conduct. Prosaic. Dull and unimaginative, factual. Protract. Prolong. Provisional. Temporary. Pungent. Having a sharply strong taste or smell. Quagmire. Swamp. Quandary. A state of perplexity or uncertainty over what to do in a difficult situation. Quarantine. A state, period, or place of isolation in which people or animals that have arrived from elsewhere or been exposed to infectious or contagious disease are placed. Querulous. Fretful, whining. Quibble. A slight objection or criticism. Quiescent. At rest, dormant, temporarily inactive. Rambunctious. Boisterous. Rancor. Bitterness, hatred. Raucous. Harsh and shrill, disorderly and boisterous. Ravenous. Extremely hungry. Rebuttal. A refutation or contradiction. Recalcitrant. Uncooperative. Recant. Disclaim or disavow, openly confess error, retract a previous statement. Receptive. Quick or willing to receive ideas. Reckless. Doing something carelessly or without thinking. Recluse. Hermit, loner. Rectify. Set something right. Redundant. Not required. Refute. Disprove or prove wrong. Reject. To turn down or refuse something. Relegate. Banish to an inferior position, assign. Relinquish. Give up something without reluctance. Reluctant. Unwilling and hesitant. Reminisce. To remember. Remote. Distant or unlikely to occur. Renaissance. Revival. Rendezvous. Meeting. Renegade. Deserter, traitor. Renounce. Formally declare one's abandonment of something. Renown. Fame. Replete. Filled or well supplied. Reprehensible. Deserving censure or condemnation. Repress. Suppress, oppress, restrain. Repudiate. Refuse to accept or be associated with. Repugnant. Extremely distasteful, unacceptable. Rescind. Cancel. Reservations. Doubts. Respite. Interval of relief, time for rest, delay in punishment. Resplendent. Dazzling, glorious, brilliant. Reticent. Reserved, uncommunicative. Robust. Strong and healthy. Rouse. To stir up or excite someone. Routine. Procedure. Rudimentary. Not developed, elementary. Rue. Regret. Ruminate. Think deeply about something. Ruse. An action intended to deceive someone. Rustic. Rural, countryside. Ruthless. Merciless. Sagacious. Perceptive, shrewd. Sage. Person celebrated for wisdom. Salvage. Rescue from loss at sea. Satiate. Satisfy to the full. Satire. Parody. Satirical. Mocking. Seclusion. Isolation, solitude. Sedentary. requiring sitting. Sequester. Isolate, retire from public life, seclude. Serenity. Calmness, placidity. Shrewd. Having or showing sharp powers of judgment. Slovenly. Messy, dirty, careless. Smite. Hit. Solicit. Request earnestly, seek. Somnambulist. A sleepwalker. Somnolent. Sleepy, drowsy or causing sleep. Sovereign. A supreme ruler, especially a monarch. Spurious. Not genuine, not authentic. Stagnate. Cease to flow or move. Static. Unchanging, lacking development. Strident. Loud and harsh, insistent. Stringent. Strict. Subservient. Very obedient. Substantiate. Establish by evidence, verify, support. Substantiate. Prove something. Subvert. Destabilize, corrupt. Succinct. Concise. Sullied. Damage the purity or integrity of something. Supercilious. Arrogant. Superfluous. Unnecessary or excessive. Superimpose. Place or lay one thing over another, typically so that both are still evident. Supersede. Replace. Surmount. Overcome. Surpass. Exceed. Surreptitious. Secret. Susceptible. Liable/prone to something, impressionable. Sustain. Experience, support. Swindler. Cheat. Sycophant. Servile flatterer, yes man, bootlicker. Tacit. Understood without being stated. Taciturn. Untalkative. Tact. Thoughtfulness, consideration. Tactile. Connected with sense of touch. Tangential. Hardly touching a matter, peripheral. Tantamount. Equivalent in effect or value. Taper. Narrow or thin. Task. A piece of work to be done. Taunt. A remark made in order to anger, wound, or provoke someone. Temporal. Non-spiritual, of or relating to time. Tenacious. To keep a firm hold on something. Tenacity. Firmness, persistence. Terrarium. An enclosure for smaller terrestrial invertebrates, usually glass-fronted. Terrestrial. Of, on, or relating to the earth. Terse. Abrupt. Terse. Concise, abrupt, pithy. Testify to. Give evidence as a witness in a law court. Thrive. Grow or develop well or vigorously. Thwart. Foil, stop. Timid. Showing a lack of courage or confidence. Tirade. A long, angry speech of criticism or accusation. Tiresome. Causing someone to feel bored or annoyed. Torpor. Lethargy, sluggishness, dormancy. Tractable. Docile, easily managed. Transcendent. Surpassing, exceeding ordinary limits, superior. Transgress. Misbehave. Transient. Momentary, temporary, staying for a short time. Traverse. Travel across or through, cross. Travesty. A grotesque, mocking or inferior imitation. Trepidation. Fear. Trifle. To treat someone/something without respect or seriousness, talk or act frivolously. Trite. Overused and consequently of little import, lacking originality. Trite. Banal. Ubiquitous. Found everywhere. Undermine. Weaken, diminish. Unfettered. Unrestrained. Unprecedented. Never done or known before, unheard of, new. Untimely. Badly timed, premature. Usurp. Seize someone's power or rank. Utilitarian. Designed to be useful or practical rather than attractive. Vacillate. Waver, fluctuate. Vehement. Showing strong feeling. Venerate. Revere, regard with great respect. Ventilate. Cause air to enter and circulate a place. Venture. A risky or daring journey or undertaking. Veracity. Truthfulness. Verbose. Wordy. Veto. Rejection. Viable. Practical or workable. Vigor. Active strength. Vilified. Speak or write about in an abusively derogatory manner. Vilify. Slander. Vindicate. To clear someone of blame or suspicion. Vindictive. Out for revenge, malicious. Virtuoso. A highly skilled artist. Virulent. Extremely poisonous, bitter, hostile. Vivacious. Attractively lively and animated. Volatile. Changeable, explosive, evaporating rapidly. Voluble. Fluent, talkative. Voluminous. Bulky, large. Voracious. Wanting or devouring great quantities of food. Vulnerable. Susceptible to wounds. Wharf. Dock. Whimsical. Fanciful, capricious. Willful. Intentional, headstrong. Wily. Skilled at gaining an advantage, especially deceitfully. Withhold. Hold back, refuse to give. Yield. Produce or give into something. Zealot. Fanatic. Zenith. Highest point. Zest. Great enthusiasm and energy.